I can't help but feel bad for the honest athletes in this situation. Russia was banned from the Olympics and all global sports, including the World Cup, for 4 years due to multiple doping controversies. The decision came after it was discovered that the country had tampered with laboratory data. Just one chapter in a long history of doping scandals. A notable example of this issue occurred during the 2016 Olympics, when US swimmer Lily King clashed with Russian swimmer Yulia Efimova. Yulia had previously served a doping ban, but successfully appealed it before the Games, which led to tension between the two rivals.
I do not think she should be allowed to swim. She has tested positive for a banned substance on 2 separate occasions.
And I see her touch the wall and kind of throw up a number 1 in the air, and I was being myself and being very goofy, and I saw it in the TV, and I was kind of like, hey, hey.
Is that fearless
so
and confident?
awesome.
During a shocking moment in a motorcycle race, an Italian rider grabbed an opponent's brake while they were speeding at 130 miles per hour. Despite the extreme danger of his actions, he received only a 2-race suspension. During a weigh-in, a fighter named Daniel Cormier, who missed weight, subtly pressed down on the towel, creating the illusion of a 1.2-pound weight loss, just enough to meet the required limit.
Now Daniel Cormier is back and made weight. How did that happen? Unbelievable.
Daniel, how did you miraculously lose 1.2 pounds in 90 seconds?
Sometimes soccer players can be quite the actors. During a Brazil versus Belgium match, professional footballer Neymar dramatically overreacted to a foul, sparking the viral Neymar challenge.
Seu juiz dá vantagem pro Neymar, pegaram ele no caminho. E agora, seu juiz?
Okay, this might be one of the wildest cheating scandals in sports history. Figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was attacked by a man with a baton who aimed to injure her leg. It was later revealed that the assault had been orchestrated by the husband of her fellow skater and rival, Tonya Harding. Palolosi, a coach for the New York Jets, was caught cheating when he blatantly tripped a Miami player during a live game. The NFL later suspended him and fined him $25,000 for the incident. Pole vaulting is one of the most challenging and dangerous sports, with athletes facing a higher risk of injury on average than football players. As a result, they train intensely to compete at a high level. During the Italian indoor competition, Malavici Sonia was having a rough performance. In a last-ditch effort, she celebrated her jump, even though she knew she had clipped the bar. But the judges weren't fooled by the act.
Cella è rimasta su, è ballata per un tempo deciso.
During the Women's Under-20 World Cup, one of the players attempted an obvious dive to earn a penalty, but it completely backfired. While the referees were distracted taking measurements during a football game, one player tried to sneakily cheat his way to a first down by subtly nudging the ball forward with his foot. In another intense motorcycle race, one rider dangerously tried to cheat by kicking his opponent's bike while both were racing at high speeds. In a hilariously desperate attempt to cheat, a Chilean soccer player grabbed his opponent's hand and used it to hit himself, something truly unheard of in soccer history.
Casi que Carrasco le llevó a Montaño a la mano, fíjate. Fíjate lo que hace Carrasco. Por favor, Carrasco.
After an overly dramatic flop by NBA player Corey Brewer, he was hit with a $5,000 fine for his antics.
With an athletic catch, and it's 32-24. And that's all on Dante Jones. Yep. Now Fowler's foul. I think it's a foul, but I think Corey Brewer may get a call.
Floyd Mayweather was renowned for having one of the best defenses in boxing history. During the welterweight title fight against Victor Ortiz, Ortiz, growing frustrated, attempted to headbutt Floyd in a moment of protest. The two exchanged words, and then, in one of the strangest knockouts in boxing, Floyd knocked Ortiz out while the referee wasn't looking. It was a highly controversial moment. While it was clear that Mayweather was likely to win the fight, Ortiz's fans were outraged, accusing Floyd of delivering a sucker punch. In the post-fight interview, the interviewer repeatedly called out Floyd for his actions, leading him to walk off in frustration.
You heard him. You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know about boxing. I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your...
When Taj Gibson lost his shoe during a game, he decided to use it to gain a little extra reach. While it's risky to be running around in just your socks, we've seen it happen before. The question is, are you even allowed to block a shot with a shoe? During a major League of Legends event, one player was caught glancing at the audience screen, which revealed the position of the opposing team, giving his team an unfair advantage. While it might seem minor, with millions of dollars on the line, the player was fined $30,000 for the mistake. Okay, this one was a particularly elaborate form of cheating. During a Formula E esports tournament, one player decided to take a strange shortcut by hiring someone else to race on his behalf. It became obvious when he suddenly placed third, despite being in 9th position in the previous races. To make matters worse, his face was always hidden by a monitor and microphone. Unfortunately, we never got to see his real face. After the race, during the top 3 winners' interview, he didn't show up, claiming he was experiencing connectivity issues. The consequences? A €10,000 fine and a suspension by Audi. After an athlete was performing exceptionally well in cycling, which could have put her in line for the women's world record, officials decided to inspect her bike. It was then revealed that she had been using mechanical doping, with a small motor hidden inside the bike.
Die is nog altijd maar 19, 27.08.96.
A highly questionable moment in tennis occurred when a player hit a ball that had clearly bounced twice, yet still claimed it was a fair ball. Understandably, her opponents were visibly upset.
I didn't see that. It was so clearly 2 bounces.
In an ultramarathon, a grueling 56-mile race, the top 10 finishers were set to receive a cash prize. However, an interesting twist emerged when it was discovered that the 9th place finisher, Sergio Matsonang, hadn't actually run the entire race. So how did he pull it off? Sergio and his twin brothers orchestrated a plan where they swapped places multiple times throughout the race. One key piece of evidence that supported this claim was that every time the brothers switched the electronic race watches, they also switched positions. During a beach volleyball match, one of the players tried to move the line with his foot to prevent the ball from landing out of bounds. Needless to say, his attempt didn't work out as planned. Yang, the swimmer known for his cocky attitude and sometimes rude behavior toward opponents, won his 2nd gold medal at the championships. However, things took a turn when he was found guilty of using banned substances and was handed an 8-year Olympic ban. During a professional football match, a player from the team in yellow managed to push the goalpost without the referee noticing. Despite this sneaky move, the team still failed to score. Okay, this one's pretty ridiculous. The legendary Diego Maradona once scored a goal using his hand in a sly and sneaky way, and it actually counted. Now, whether another footballer was inspired by that moment or not, he attempted to score with his hand too, but in a much less subtle manner, earning himself a yellow card for the effort. In one of the most dramatic flops in NBA history, Tony Allen threw himself to the ground, even though he wasn't touched. The post-reaction to this was just as theatrical, adding to the absurdity of the act. As a soccer match nears its end, it's common for the winning team to waste a bit of time to avoid making any mistakes that could lead to an opponent's goal. However, this goalkeeper took it to the extreme by secretly untying his shoe to slow things down.